Okay, let's add a do not stuff component to an Altium design. So here's a very simple test project that I have. Let's go and add a resistor and make that resistor a do not stuff. So I'm going to copy this resistor R1. I'm going to paste it in here, wire it up, and let's just put that to ground like that. Okay, you'll notice that the reference designator is a question mark, so first we need to annotate. So let's come over here. Because we made one simple change, we can go to Tools, Annotation, Annotate Quietly. This is not going to prompt us for anything. It's just going to go ahead and find any of these question mark components in the design and update the reference designators. So, okay, it found one thing to change. Go ahead. You'll notice it's now R4. Okay, so we've added another 1K resistor to the design, but it's still not a do not stuff component. We need to change this a little bit. So let's click on the component. Let's come over here and let's change the comment to DNS, do not stuff. And then, very important, let's go down here and change this from standard to standard no bomb. So this is going to exclude it from the bill of materials. So let's see if it really did that. So let's save the schematic. Let's come over here to the bill of materials, and let's do a refresh. Okay. Let's go and check. R4 does not show up in the bill of materials at all. Great. Okay. So now let's go into our layout. Let's pull this change in. Import changes. Okay, it found the footprint for R4. It's going to wire it up. Yes, that looks good. Let's make that change. Close. Okay. So let's just wire this up real quick. There we go. Let's come over here and let's put in a via. Okay, great. R4 is all connected up. Again, this is a do not stuff, but just looking at the board, you're not going to see any change. There's nothing in the silk screen to suggest that this is do not stuff. But there's one other thing that we want to do, is we want to check the pick and place file that is going to be sent to the assembly house, and we want to make sure that R4 does not appear anywhere in that pick and place file. So let's go over here to Settings, Output Job, and now under Output Job there's two types. There's assembly and fabrication. This file is going to generate the files needed to produce the circuit board. These are the files that we're going to send to the board shop. Here is where we generate the files that we're going to send to the assembly shop. So let's take a look at this one. Now there's a bunch of different containers over here. So for example, if we click on this PDF is going to contain two things. It's going to have a 3D print of the design, and it's going to have some assembly drawings. We click on this assembly data. This is going to make a directory, and right now the only thing that's in that directory is the pick and place file. That's just the way this out job happens to be set up. But we want to do, before we generate that, let's go and take a look at the assembly pick and place settings. So I'm going to click on this, right click on this, go to configure. Okay, there it is. And there's going to be a check mark down here. You may see this that is checked. This is include standard BOM. Include standard no BOM items. We don't want that. You can see right now it is going to have R4. So right now, as it is, R4 is going to show up in the pick and place file. We don't want that. I want to take that, uncheck that one. You'll notice R4 has disappeared, does not appear in the pick and place file. I'm going to say OK. I'm going to save this out job file. Now I'm going to run it. Let's generate content. So it just made the pick and place file. So we can go check that out. Altium. Here's the name of my project. Project outputs. Pick place. Here's the file that was just made. Let's go take a look at that in the text editor. Okay, so this is the pick and place for our little simple test board. You'll see R4 does not appear anywhere in this list. Now there are probably other ways of doing this inside of Altium with, I think they call it variants, which is a little bit more sophisticated. I'm not really that familiar with how to do that. I know that this mechanism that I showed you here will work. It will exclude things that you don't want to show up in the pick and place file. It will also exclude them from the bill of materials. So it is a pretty simple and straightforward way to have a component in your design that is effectively a do not stuff.